What's going on, Janation? It's Zia here, also known as Cake for Theory, and sure enough today we are going to be talking about how garbage EDM is. Now, what exactly is EDM? Let me have my man Mr. Krabs explain this right here real quick here.
The one that goes beep boo boo bop boo boo beep.
No, man, you're thinking of beep boo boo bop boo boo bop.
Beep boo 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 bop.
Now, to start off the true meat of this video, I gotta admit something, alright? Not all EDM is actually bad. In fact, I am a fan of some EDM, despite the title. Songs such as Marshmallows Alone I am indeed kind of a fan of. I mean, honestly, the song is kind of fire. Although, this does go into actually one of my issues with EDM, and that's the lyrical content. Or, really, lack thereof. I mean, of course, the genre is literally EDM, electronic dance music. It is not exactly meant to be deep or lyrical or anything like that, but oftentimes it is literally just remixes of songs that do indeed have meaning. These remixes oftentimes can ruin the tone and the messages of the original song. One example of this is a classic EDM remix that almost everyone has heard. Everyone and their grandmother, their sister, their cousin, they have heard I Took a Pill in Ibiza. The remix, of course, probably not even the original. Probably no one even really knows it was a remix. Most people. The original song is kind of a somber acoustic song that no one would ever be able to be hyped up to. Dance. EDM, you know what I'm saying, bro? Wait for the bass drop! The original song actually had meaning that kind of shows the regrets in his actions of partying and all this. And then you got the remix. It more so amps up everything, as you can see, and it completely changes the meaning of the original song. Well, I could say this isn't exactly a common occurrence. There is also the fact that almost every single popular EDM song is like a remix, basically, and that's it. And then this leads me on to really the next point of EDM and the reason I am not exactly a big fan of it. Originality. Lots of EDM is simply sampling other songs and their lyrics, and then adding bass drops to them. While many can critique and say that this is false, and that there are plenty of EDM songs which are originally made, but remixes are just one of those things that are so ingrained into like the culture, into the community of EDM. It's just hard to like separate it as a different subgenre or anything like that. And not to mention, it's clear to me that the EDM community really does love these remixes, considering if you look up EDM, if you look for any EDM song on Google or YouTube, anything like that, most likely you're going to have a compilation that has a bunch of remixes in it. So, really, I'm not gonna take it too much there, but as I said, there's not too much originality in just remixing a song. Anyways, to move on from that point, really, since I know it's not exactly the main thing with EDM. It's not like everything is a remix. But here's the thing that applies to almost every single EDM song, right? They just sound like background music. That's all it is. It just sounds like background music, basically. It sounds like something you would use in the background for a 2009 YouTube tutorial showing you how to get Robux for free. But anyways, honestly, all jokes aside now, there is kind of an actual critique to this, though. Much of EDM truly is not really memorable and often blends together. And much of the culture is actually about the hype of these bass drops, basically. I mean, everyone talks about in EDM culture, the bass drop, bro, is so fire, my G. But most of these actually have kind of the same rhythm and pattern which they follow. So, I mean, while trying kind of to hype up things, it doesn't really work out. Not at least for me, because you know it's coming, and as I said, once you hear all the bass drops, then none of them really are actually hype. If all of it's hype, then none of it really is. Like the good words of that one man from that one superhero movie, if we're all super, then none of us are super. So, Anyways, to me, I feel as if when listening to EDM, it's the same as listening to kind of like the background music of a video game in a way. It just, I don't know what it is to me. It's like, it just feels like background music for when you're doing something else. Like I said, I mean, I'd say EDM would be good for rhythm games, stuff like that. Maybe playing some Rocket League, I don't know. But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, honestly, it's not really that bad. It's just, it's not really my thing. Alright, so I'm going to end off this video by appealing more so to the opposite side. So, I know really when I said there's not exactly much originality or like effort into making these, that's actually false. There's a lot of effort that truly is put into these. Just not so much on the originality side, as it's kind of just beep boop bop bop bop. I mean, hey, if you like listening to beep boop bop bop bop, you can go ahead. I mean, I don't really care. It's your preference. I mean, honestly, either way, it's just literally developed to be something to dance to, be hyped up to, which, as I said, it kind of succeeds at. It's just, when you hear so much of it, not too much. And honestly, I have no issues with EDM. As I said, I actually like some of it, but I needed to make this video to troll the EDM community. And the Zia Theory 34, the person that I used as an example in the intro of this video. I also wanted to use this video kind of as a segue into my true plan, the true commentary video that I plan on making. And that is on VTubers, alright? Listen, VTubers are something that need to be destroyed immediately. Burned. Buried alive. Hololive needs to be taken down. It is time that I, the most powerful Avenger, say something about it, alright? So, be sure to be watching for next time when I demolish VTubers. It is needed. They need to be humbled by me, Whizark.
What's going on, Gen Nation?